for our Backyard MX E-Class preseason race.
Excuse me.
Let's give a quick look at the lineup here.
I'm picking Tuck.
You're
I
picking
think
Tuck.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I think Moto Life has got something to prove here. He was hard charging through the pack when his power went out. But MX927,
It's gonna be Tuck
to...
and Cherry B battling for the lead.
So Mojo says Tuck and Cherry B are going to battle for the lead. I'm going with MX927 and Moto Life here, guys. 15-second board is up. So let's see who you guys got in the chat. See some people calling out for Goose here, so we'll see. 15-second board is up. Gates are down, so here we go. Who is going to get the whole shot here tonight? And it is MX927 who sweeps right under Dress for Less and puts himself into a first place position, but Dress for Less gets caught up with Navo and goes down. Cherry B makes it past Navo, gets tangled with him a little bit, and manages to come out unscathed. So Cherry's had one good moto here. He's warmed up, he's hot, he's ready, and he makes the pass. No, he does not yet. He can't make it stick. So MX927 is still able to out-throttle him. Both of them triple into the 10 Commandments.
I'm in. I didn't get the check for jump starts.
You are the only DNS that we have on the list, it looks like. So, and that's to be expected. All right, guys, we're going to stick on board here with Cherry and MX927 as they battle. Cherry is able to make that pass. Question is, can he make it stick? He gets by him in the triple-double section. MX927 not having it. Not going to let it go. He pushes up. Gets the aggressive pass back on Cherry again, but Cherry manages to keep it up on two wheels. God, this is good racing between these guys here. So let's see what they can make happen with a clean hole shot and a clean track in front of them. As you can see, Banks on the Monster Adidas is coming up behind them in third, and there is a three-way battle for the fourth place position between Slayer Tank, Betero, and Six on the Factory Goon Honda. Still not letting up on this battle between Cherry and MX. Oh no! Yep. Mojo, don't let me interrupt you, man. We need that color commentary. Cherry goes down, so...
I thought you saw it.
Yeah,
so
I did, but still, I just love to hear your reaction, so don't let me stop you from your own "this is insane."
Okay.
So Banks is in second, Betero is in third, but Slayer is trying to make a pass on him right now as we come across the finish. So Cherry is going to hard charge and try to get back up into that position, and Slayer goes down. Cherry makes the pass on Slayer, the pass on Betero. Can he take the inside and get past Banks? No, he comes in too hot. Oh my God, he come in too hot, goes over the bars, his bike flips into Banks.
Cherry, don't do it. Don't do the hard reset. Just get up, don't do it.
They have to. I think they have to because of the fence.
No, you go through the fence.
I don't know. Banks just got stuck in it. So 927 is checking out in his own lead. Betero in second, and we have a battle for third between Tuckmas and Six. So,
put them?
yeah, Mojo, see if you can find out where Cherry and Banks went.
Oh, okay. They're going to the commandments right now.
Cherry was on a hard charge and just tried to take that inside line a little too quickly. Front brake checked, went over the bars, his bike flew into Banks.
He's pushing it. He's trying real hard, but he's falling. He just needs to calm down. I think he's a little worked up right now.
He wants to get back up front and prove that's where he belongs. Bar to bar with Moto Life and OPR pretty much as they battle for this position. So end of this lap, we'll start to see updates to timing and scoring. Man, what good racing, honestly. So your first place rider is still MX927, but Betero, Six, and Tuckmas are in a battle for the second place position here. A 3-deep battle. Let's see what they can do. 6 tries to get around Betterow in the sand section, but he's not able to make the pass stick. Trying to find his line around here and figure out where he can do and where he can go. I think these second moto battles are going to be better every time they happen. Riders are warmed up. They've got their lines picked out. The nerves are a little bit less in Moto 2, and they can just focus on the race. Tuckmas makes the pass on 6, but 6 takes the inside line here. Swings out wide. So we have, man, this is such a good battle between these riders. Tuckmas tries to make the pass, and just a tire ahead, man. 6, no, hold it up. 6 almost goes down and bobbles it, but manages to keep it up. So let's take it on board here for just a moment. Damn one shot in his Yamaha craze that he has created within the Factory Goon community. Oh, 6 goes down, tucks the front end. You can see how fierce the competition is. One mistake just cost him 4 positions. 4 positions for going down one single time. It was very intense to see from 6's helmet cam. Going down and looking backwards on the track as just a pain train of riders comes storming through. So I think Buston has moved up into 3rd place. Cherry B takes the outside and moves around Tuckmas back into 4th. Cherry is giving it everything he's got, dude. He started off in a good lead, or in a battle for it. Went down, unfortunately. Cost himself a lot of time and a lot of positions, but he has got this track figured out. The throttle is pinned back. He is riding as hard as he can, and he is just clicking off gears, staying in attack position for the riders that are in front of him and trying to get by as quickly as he can with just a little over 8 minutes left in the second moto. Can he make the pass on both riders here, on Buston and Betterow? He does. He gets the better run over that tabletop and takes it inside. The same mistake. The same mistake again is costing him. He needs to take that outside if he can't get the inside cleanly. One mistake from Cherry just cost him 4 positions again. Uh-oh. Tried to send it off that roller and got a little bit too far out to the left.
Tuckmas is going in hard on 6 in Moto Life. Moto Life down in the commandments.
So Tuckmas is on 6 right now, trying to make the pass stick. Uh-oh, Banks goes down, yep. Banks goes down and loses the position, so here come 6 and Tuckmas again. Oh, 6 wobbles, and I don't know how he manages to keep that up, but he did, and it's Tuckmas who somehow finds himself on the ground. So Buston catching up to Betterow here.
Cherry B went down. I think Cherry B just needs to be a little more patient on it, trying to pass. But it is fun to watch him try to get around people for sure.
Blood Baron, would you like me to stop my stream and address drama now, or can I finish commentating before I get back to the rules and regulations of a race that doesn't have any points associated with it? So Betterow and Buston are still in a battle here as we cross the finish line. Betterow is in 2nd place. MX927 has all but, I mean, he's checked out. He's got an 18-second lead. But Buston and Betterow are still in a battle. Cherry B is still coming up quick, but as you can see, he has some pretty significant cuts because of that mistake he made over the fence. and he keeps going down. So
6 is gonna go around.
6 goes around. Every time Cherry B takes that inside line, it costs him. And
And I bet
again,
Hank probably get annoyed right now. He keeps running into Cherry.
yeah, I think Cherry's a little bit frustrated underneath that helmet, so. Uh-oh, Bustin goes down. Betero gets the better of him, so. Let's take it out wide here for just a second because we've got some other riders who are battling through this pack here behind 6. So it's Tuckmas and Cherry B with Banks and a Pain Train behind him. So we will see what happens here as we start coming into some of the more technical sections of the track. But right now, Cherry B is trying to make a pass on Tuckmas again.
There are so many battles on the track.
Yeah, Tuckmas with the HSR Racing Team has been in top 5 pretty much for both of these motos. So, you know, it really is, it comes down to the starts and it comes down to minimizing mistakes. Look off in the distance here and we can still see Betero in 2nd place, and Bustin is really not letting him go. Tuckmas goes down, so Cherry B is able to capitalize on that. So let's see, we got a lot of Bustin fans in the chat, so let's see if he can continue to click off the gears, keep Betero in his sights, and get into an attack position with 3.5 minutes left in the moto. Bustin makes up a lot of time on Betero in that section. He might go for the inside pass right here, and he does. Gets by him cleanly, so.
Oh man, there's a battle between Slayer Tank and Frito-Lay.
I can see it on the edge of my screen there. So we got the dual cam up. Mojo's got the battle going between Slayer Tank and Frito-Lay. Betero gets by Bustin in the 10 Commandments. Bustin not able to get through that cleanly. Betero makes up a lot of time on him there, so Bustin's got to keep it clean in the 10 Commandments if he wants to make a pass stick for a full lap and put a gap in between himself and Betero. There are certain sections of the track where Bustin is doing better, but right now.
Oh, then he's down, and then so is Frito-Lay. Oh no. This is insane.
Look at this pack right here, guys. Got some Goose fans in the chat as well, representing Factory Goon here in the E-Class. Minute 50 seconds left before our it'll be 2 or 3 laps once MX927 crosses the finish line. So Frito-Lay goes down in the corner. Banks and Goose able to get by. We'll see if Banks can make the pass stick on Goose right here. He's in the better position coming into the sand section. Goose actually thought he was going to check up and maybe get an inside run, but really he just slows down and sticks in the same line as Banks. So crossing the finish line, timing and scoring have updated, so we're looking at Banks sitting in 9th. Goose has now moved up into 10th. Let's take it back down here. Bustin sitting in 2nd place with a gap, but not too comfortable of a gap, over Betero in 3rd. So let's see if he can get a better run through the Ten Commandments this time, because last time this is where it cost him his lead over Betterow.
I'm actually like impressed by 6. He's holding it down.
Yeah, I think Six had concerns about his class qualification, and then after kind of rethinking it and really kind of digging into who was in his class, he reached out to me and said that he thought he had a little more confidence coming into the preseason. He was excited to see where he could finish. I don't think I don't think he considers himself as somebody who is a race winner in general, but he did mention to me that he thought he had a better chance of winning some races with how the preseason qualifications were set up and the number of classes that we had. So, like I said, if riders look at their skill grouping after the preseason was done and think to themselves that in any of the classes, any rider has the capability to win, and they certainly have the capability to win their class if they have a good, clean race, then that to me indicates a successful preseason. And all throughout this track, I mean, there are some riders who have kind of checked out and been able to take a commanding lead, but there's not really any just extremely insurmountable deficits happening between these riders and their battles. And certainly it comes down to the individual to keep it up on two wheels and not crash. So MX927 has clearly checked out here. So we will continue to kind of keep eyes on some of these other battles. But yeah, I think for the most part, these classes are pretty close in skill and will present some good battles all season long. Tuckmas goes down over the the tabletop after the finish line, so we'll see if Frito and Diego can catch up.
And you got to remember too, Loretta Lynn's might not be everyone's track because it's a tough track. So the next time they race, it could be a track that someone who's in maybe 6th or 7th place is going to be out front, leading by 28 seconds.
Yep.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, preseason kind of sprang a little bit of some surprises on the riders. I wanted to go with Loretta's because it's a fun track. You can be wide open on it, but it certainly has its more technical aspects, and you do have to be careful or the track will bite you. So really wanted to kind of push the limits after a full weekend of doing nothing but Ironman, and see how these riders reacted to a much smaller time frame and window of opportunity to practice this track. So So Buston crosses the finish line with 2 laps left, still in second place. Cherry B catching up here. So there's your track cut that we'll be talking to Cherry about after this race is over. One of the ones that I mentioned pretty aggressively earlier was the Ten Commandments. It's my understanding that you can pretty much skip the entire Ten Commandments and not receive a track cut. So, there are problems with that on Unadilla. There are just certain areas of these tracks, whoever built them out and whoever created, the cutting lines didn't pay attention to those areas, and it can be difficult to update a track, I guess, and push it back out, unless you're Huron and want to update Baja 7 times a month. I love you though, Huron. So, I think really once some of these tracks came out and the cuts were identified, it really is kind of just up to the community to enforce those rules. So,
and it doesn't look good on you. You're gonna lose lose respect. People are not gonna respect you as much in your class. So you gotta just race good.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
I took a note from Chicken when we raced Unadilla in Backyard MX Season 1, and that was basically saying, look, there's a track cut here. Everybody knows about it. We're asking that you not use it. Obviously, it's going to be hard for us to catch everybody doing it because we don't have a camera on every single rider. But if you are caught doing it, then it can be a punishable offense. And if you personally, as a rider, catch somebody else using it, then feel free to publicly shame them. So,
Yeah, and turn your GoPros on. You
yep.
know, like stream on Twitch, stream these races, load them up on YouTube, like, and then also if anything crazy happens and you catch it on your GoPro, send it in. It's more proof if
Yeah,
you have it.
so the MyMXB server tool is going to prove really helpful because um, essentially, guys, after every race, as soon as the race finishes and the session restarts, so like when I finished E-Class Moto 1 and we pushed it to practice, it automatically saved the results from that race, and then once this race is over, it will save the full race replay to the mymxb.com website. So for all of the series races that we do, we'll be able to go back and look at full race replays. So if you guys see something during these races, say something. That's why I also mentioned, it's good to record your point of view. Not only are you able to kind of upload it to YouTube after the race, and I mean, let's be honest here, there are people in this community who are fans of other players, fans of other riders. There are a number of people that I go watch their PDMX or their aerial races after they upload them each week. And so uploading your VODs, like I basically want to do like a backyard MX like player, you know, just a player VOD essentially playlist where you can go and watch your favorite riders and their races from that week. That also helps us if you catch something that we don't and it's caught in your race recording, then that's easy for us to kind of manage and monitor. So there's going to be growing pains with running any series, but certainly we do have a rule book that we're working on. Track cuts are not something that we take lightly. So
Can Slayer get Itero? Try hard.
last corner for our race leader MX927 as he hits the double and takes the checkers here in Moto number 2 of our E-Class. So Slayer, yep, as Mojo said, is trying to catch up to Betero now.
And they're side by side, and Slayer has the inside line. Oh, and he's down. Ah.
So Bussin crosses the finish line officially in second place. Cherry B is probably going to cross in front of Slayer in third, but Cuts will probably get the best of him here. So as we see timing and scoring, we'll soon update, and I'm sure he'll be in third right now. But when Slayer Tank comes across the finish line, it's going to push him back a little bit. So Slayer is officially our third place podium finisher here in the preseason Moto 2 final.
I would put it on. Oh, never mind. Right when I said it, 6 goes flying off the track. He just lost 3 positions in the last corner.
All the way down to the last corner, a crash still cost him 3 positions. Pivot and dress for less, and a little shootout here just before the finish with 2 corners left.
Oh, here comes Navo.
There you go. Yeah,
Fan favorite.
guys, thank you all for showing up, man. Rick, it makes me happy to see this many people turning up too. I am excited for the rest of this week. We will have our C and D class races tomorrow, and then we will have our A and B class races on Thursday, and then we will have our open class on Sunday. And then, guys, just so you're aware, if there's anybody in chat who was not able to participate in preseason, specifically riders who feel like they may belong, towards the A or B class groups, we will be doing what I've called an open pro class, This season, we won't have a preseason event for it, but it will take place on Sundays after the open class is done. So the open pro class will essentially be a backyard MX race that kind of mirrors the PDMX format. So riders of any class within backyard can attempt to qualify. It will just be a race where we pick a track for that night, and it is the top 22 riders who qualify in. So if there's anybody who was not able to make it into a higher class within preseason qualifying, but they're still interested in competing in kind of a top tier, if you will, racing event, then every Sunday, once regular season starts, we will have our open pro class. So, Rick, I'm going to probably release the full regular season track list sometime tonight or tomorrow, and at the very latest, it'll be out on Friday. So once preseason is over. But the regular season will begin next Tuesday, the 23rd, and will follow the same format as preseason. We'll have F and E class on Tuesday, D and C on Wednesday, B and A on Thursday, and then our Open and Open Pro class on Sunday.